Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Summer party, grown and sexy. Join the party, good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Pajama Party edition of the Friday Night Adult Talk Show. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Ooh, how's it going? Happy Friday, everybody.
Long week.
Long
week. Long last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to go.
Well, we're back, you know.
How was the vacation?
Oh, man.
Oh, you were on vacation?
Yeah, I was on too, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Y'all ready to go through it? Yeah, what's our lead-off topic tonight, Poppa DD?
I wanted to know from you guys, just off the top of the show, how do you feel about, no disrespect to the people behind the window, but the people that drive these cars with these dark tinted windows, and some people go as far as tinting the windshield, you know. So, and what I don't get, and I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna say I don't get. Maybe I'm a person of a certain age, so maybe I'm not vibing to it like people are. But I just think that every state in the union ain't going to accept that. You may ride around the what do you call this, the DMV, doing your thing. But I think you roll your ass up in Ohio or West Virginia or somewhere where the police officers are a little more want to see what's going on, you know. So I asked the panel tonight, what is your opinion on these dark tinted windows and the attitude behind it? Because it seems like people that got dark tinted windows, they feel like they could do whatever. They kind of roll with a little intimidation about themselves. Mm-hmm. They roll up on you and roll next to you and roll beside. You know what I mean? So, what do you think about that?
I'm going to go to Ketel first this time.
Oh, here we go. Passing the buck.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me too much, but it just seems like that once you have tinted windows of that nature, it just seems like people are categorized in a certain way. I'm not saying all people are shady or whatever you want to call it. You know, what do you got to hide? Why you have all these tinted windows? Like you said, I'm of a certain age, and I'm like, okay, why is all that necessary? I think people do that to be seen and not be seen, so to speak. You know, people trying to be discreet on what they're doing. So, you know.
Well, no, I'm. Well, excuse me for 1 second. I'm preferring to the ones that are shady.
Okay.
I'm preferring to the ones
you
that.
You can assume everybody's shady.
Oh no! But the topic tonight, I'm talking about the ones that are shady, the ones that roll up with the matching Charger, the Chrysler 300. You know, they got the whole proud thing working, and this is by design.
Right.
Yeah, I think some people. You know what I think? And I'm not changing the subject. I'm going to stay on this. I think some people actually take a look at they stand back and take a look at the front of their car and see what the face of it looks like. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, the envy out there is vicious. I mean, not envy. What word I'm looking for? Not envy, but the
design?
The vanity. The vanity is off the chain. Some people actually look and see how mean they car, especially at night. They want to have the smoky side, like dotted things with the dark this and the red this and the tinted windows. They actually look and see, damn, my car looks like a friggin' animal up in this bitch. You know, and they know when they get behind you that you feel that fever. So I'm basically talking, and I'm not talking about them per se, but maybe I am. But I've run across people with tinted windows that, and then they want to roll by and creep up on you. I may be out there watering the damn grass, and they roll by like boys in the hood. They just don't have the little red BMW, you know what I mean? But they got the same slow drag by you, like, you know, it's amazing. Anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ketel, but yeah, but I'm talking about the ones that know they know they're a badass, and they got the windows just to kind of make it complete, you know. And you've seen them,
right?
You know,
yeah.
I mean, you ain't got to be on the rabbit ass mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, what's your take on the red wine? I mean, you know,
yeah, y'all passing the buck tonight, Sheila.
I just wanted to hear you all's opinion.
Oh,
but God. I do feel sometimes that they do it for the intimidation factor. But, I mean, I haven't really had anybody roll up on me like that. But I have been, like at nighttime, if I'm by myself driving and one of those cars pulls up beside me, it's kind of unnerving. Because you look over to your left or your right, wherever they are, and you realize that you can't see. Especially at night, you cannot see who is behind the wheel.
And they know
you don't know if it's male, female, is it a group of people, is it one person? And if anything pops off at that light, I wouldn't even be able to tell the police anything.
Exactly.
Other than it was a dark window and then pop, pop, pop. I don't know what happened. So I do feel a little bit unnerved, you know, like I said, if I'm driving at night by myself, pull up to a red light, and one of them roll up beside you, I tend to kind of like either pull up further or try to, you know, leave enough room to let them end up not directly beside me. So, you know, I'm not trying to cast aspersion on people who decide to do that, but just know that you're freaking people out with that stuff. So that's all I'm going to say on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess people want to be seen and they're not seen. But my thing is, if you have a vehicle like that, it's more distinctive than not. Because if something, like you said, if something goes down, shoot, I can describe. You should be able to describe it to a T. Even though it's only tinted windows, if it's gray, black, most of them are gray, black, or red. So, if you feel that, if you feel that lyric, just get some tag numbers ahead of time.
Well. I mean, but when they're beside you, you can't see the tag number. Yeah. Now, if they're in front of you or behind you, that's different. All I'm saying is that unless you're driving a limo, why do you need all that?
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're going to move on. Let's go ahead and hit the rundown. What do we have going on tonight, Ketel?
All right. Quite a bit tonight. Well, Fargo, your people, they're back in the news again. They got fined $250 million. I mean, that's a drop in the bucket for them. But also, is Trump running a shadow presidency? And new COVID-19 rules, of course. We got more rules. Okay. Also, a hit and quitter headlines. Your voice print could be your new password. Really? Also, D.C. Congresswoman Brisley denies letting zebras loose. Also, Larry Elder was victim of a hate crime. And Pfizer to seek approval for vaccine in children 5 and over. Also, Burger King bans 120 artificial ingredients from menus. Wow. Our cocktail of the week. Also, what's popping with Poppa DD. Our weird news. We have to lighten it up. Italy police stop man suspected of snatching a winning ticket. Also, all jokes aside, scientists find talking duck. And also, Michigan truck hauling beehives crashes, unleashing swarms. I'm just saying with Redwine, Athens at sporting events. Okay. Also, living with the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, the Kiss It list, and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with Hot Topics.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only. No clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party, where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's popping with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me. Ketel with the yellow top. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter. And don't forget to kiss the list.
Okay, now is the time for me to sing.
No. We don't have time for all that.
Why don't she could sing?
Aw.
Let's get back to the show.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One, your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right. Well, let's shift the gear and put it to the hot topics. Ketel, you're in pole position. What's going on?
Wells Fargo just got fined $250 million. Like I said, that's a damn drop in the bucket for their ass. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC, which regulates national banks in the U.S., announced on Thursday that Wells Fargo was fined that particular amount for quote-unquote unsafe practices tied to its home lending loss mitigation program. The OCC also said the fine had to do with the bank taking too long to become complaints with a 2018 OCC consent order. Wow. And that's 2021 now. The OCC also issued a cease and desist order against the bank requiring Wells Fargo to create a better home lending loss mitigation program. Okay. It goes on to say, while all this sounds pretty bad, Wells Fargo stock prices actually climbed in after-hours trading. Wow. Really?
How does that happen?
I know. They don't care. The bank has been dealing with a litany of regulatory issues since its phony account scandal. Remember that? In 2016. Employees at the bank previously opened millions of depository and credit card accounts without the consent of the customers. That was in 2016. Now, in 2018, the situation continued to get worse when the Federal Reserve placed a $1.95 trillion, now T with trillion, asset cap on the bank that essentially prevented Wells Fargo from growing its balance sheet. Man, that's crazy. So, but after 5 years of lawsuits, billions of dollars in fines, 3 years under the asset cap, and essentially a whole new leadership team being put in place, Wells Fargo appeared to be turning the corner this year. So in January, the OCC ended a 2015 consent order related to the anti-money laundering issues at the bank. So Wells Fargo need to get it together. But I believe they dragged this on because I guess they didn't want to pay any larger fines than what they had already had to pay. But that's where they're being fined because, you know, they're dragging their feet on this particular situation, and it should have been resolved. And this was back in 2015, so they dragged it on for, 6 years?
So loss mitigation, is that the stuff that has to do with, like, bankruptcies or foreclosures?
Yeah.
That falls into that? Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, but they hadn't resolved those cases. You know, that's a long time. You know, stuff is locked up in those cases. So the OCC fined them. I got to get on the ball.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they don't seem to be too moved by fines.
They don't. I mean, you have that much money? You know, they placed a $1.95 trillion asset cap, and they just didn't blink. You know, they didn't blink at all. Yeah,
wow.
So they got it like that. What you think about that, Papa?
Yeah, they make $150 million every month on ATM fees alone. Not to mention, not to mention all kind of stuff. So, like you said, it's they look at it as like it's a fine. So now we did something, we got caught, we got spanked a little bit, yada yada yada. But it's nothing. It's nothing. These banks are generating so much money in fees and so many little things that's out there. That's just the same with the airlines. Airlines are doing the same thing. They trying to cry broke, but they got their little gimmicks and stuff going on too. So it's very interesting.
Sure.
People are losing on all aspects. People are losing.
Yeah. But for the stock to go up, that is so strange.
I don't understand that.
Because it's doing his own, got his own legs,
But how you get caught with your pants down, busted, fined, and your stock goes up?
Because it's got his own legs. Doing his own thing.
I agree with you on that, Papa. He got his own legs. Yep. So, wow.
All right.
Interesting.
I'm going to go to the phone lines, see what the callers have to say about it. Hey, caller, welcome to the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead with your comment.
Did I hit the button?
Yes, you did. Did you want to talk?
You know what? I hit it by mistake, but I guess I will talk. Hello, everyone. This is Poppa DD Jr., all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, reporting in.
Hello. Hey there.
Hello.
Virginia.
Howdy.
Yes. I am down here representing D.C. For the D.C. tennis.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, yes. I just wanted to. I guess it was meant for me to accidentally hit the button. So. But anyway.
Well, we wish you well on the tournament.
Thank you. Let me go because I can't talk right now. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Have a good tournament.
All right.
Take care. All righty. All righty then.
Norfolk, Virginia, my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, they're doing a tennis tournament representing D.C.
Wow.
All right.
That's beautiful.
Kudos. Shout out to them. Poppa DD Jr.
Yeah. All right. Let me try this other line.
Hamilton Avenue.
What's going on over here? Hello, caller. Caller, are you there? Okay. All right, we're going to keep it moving.
I think
all
folks
right.
are pushing buttons by accident, boy. They have too much fun tonight.
Okay, happy out here tonight. That's cool. All right, were you done on that one?
I was, yes.
Okay. Oh, I just wanted to say I think I'm going to take my little $34 out of Wells Fargo. They sound too slick for me.
Oh, really?
They got that much money. They don't need my $34.
You know what? When I read that article, I started thinking. I said, I don't know. I've been with Wells Fargo quite a bit. I said, I don't know. Sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side, so I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick it out.
Okay, I might let them keep my 34. All right, over to you, Poppa DD. What's going on?
I've been with a long time myself. I was with when they was First Union, Wachovia. Oh my goodness, I go back with them a long way. Anyway, I'm reading here that Trump is running a shadow presidency, and he can't help himself. The man is just legitimately,
nuts.
He's the latest example of Trump's shadow presidency came Wednesday when the Washington Post reported Trump had spoken with several of the family members of those killed by the suicide bomber in the final days of American military involvement in Afghanistan. As you can remember, 13 people were killed during that unrest situation. Those calls followed hard and considerable controversy over President Joe Biden's visit to Dover, Delaware base to attend the distinguished transfer of the bodies of the 13 Americans killed during the, like I said, the last situation over there. When they came back to Dover, Delaware, there was a lot of controversy over there saying, Joe, why are you here? You know, you killed our job, blah, 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 and what have you. I mean, it's just, you know, there's so much. I just think that, you know, sometimes we just got too much to say, you know, about everything. You know, life goes in the directions that it goes in. And if you're the leader of the world and you make your own decisions with your advisors on how you handle stuff, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it's just sad and very tragic. But then to throw opinions out there by different people and everybody talking about they would have did it this way and they would, well, you weren't the person in charge at the time. So therefore, no matter what you would have did really doesn't matter because you would never did because you're not in charge. And we're welcome to have our opinion. That's the American way. But sometimes you see in these other countries why they run a dictatorship because they don't want to hear the bullshit. You be like, look, fuck you. We did what we did.
Yeah.
And the crowd ain't saying nothing. But America nowadays, and I'm not speaking on the dearly departed of our military troops, not at all. But it just seems like nowadays with other things, man, there's opinions around like buttholes, you know? When it comes to the children in school and math and how Florida's handling their thing and how Texas is handling their thing. And everybody's just got an opinion about something and it fights everywhere. You know, everybody's in 9 different directions and it just goes to show you, like, it's a freedom of speech is one thing, but when it gets out of hand, where everybody's just like, you know, there's no control. This is when you think, saying, wow, would a dictatorship really be the fuck better? You know, so we could shut some of these jokers down. You know, I'm making jokes on that, of course, but we've taken our freedom of everything and we have just abused every aspect of it. And we're in some trying times. You can't even say anything. And you got to watch yourself anywhere you go, plane, train, or automobile. You know, there's subject to fighting and the mass situation. It's a mess all over. But anyway, getting back to this here, Trump has criticized the way Afghanistan withdrawal went down when he was a part of that, when he was in the presidency. You know, in lieu to this story, it all started back with after 9/11, of course, you know, 20 years ago. And the fast action of George Bush and Rumsfeld and Vice President Cheney.
Yeah. And
don't leave out your boy, who was the brother who was in charge of the Joint Chiefs of Staff? Colin Powell and the young lady, Condoleezza Rice. That was a team at the time. And they had the weapons of mass destruction and all this, and they went after Iraq, and they went into Afghanistan, and yada, yada, yada. We just showed off. It was on camera, showed them in Iraq just knocking down statues. And it was like after 9/11, it was a war on TV, so to speak. And at that point, stuff was going over tanks and guns and F-150s and all. We was flying stuff here like crazy, spending money like water. In the meantime, our infrastructure was falling apart because we were trying to defend something. We were just attacked. So, and you know, hindsight is 20/20, but you can't talk like I just said about people saying stuff. I'm not going to be saying anything. At the time, George Bush made decisions that, well, I think he was kind of led by Dick Cheney and Rumsfeld at the time, but you know, they made decisions that had to do with things. And right now, there's no way. I'm saying all that to say that Trump or anybody can't talk about anything because it started with Bush, and then it went to someone else, and went to Barack, and it went to everybody. Don't leave Barack out. He was president as well. He was there for 8 years. So therefore, he dipped his tea bag into the Afghanistan situation. So in the long run, you know, everybody is to blame on this in their own way. Not so much to blame, but everybody had a part in it.
Right.
So now with Trump's in up here now saying the criticism of what you should have done and all that, I would have done this way, and his constituents are out there saying, yeah, Biden is this, he needs to resign, and all that. You know, Trump is still pissed off at the fact that, whatever, you know, we seen his attitude.
He lost.
Well, you know, the
but
people
according to
that
him, he didn't lose.
Yeah, well, the people have voted, and it's a done deal. And it's only a 4-year ride, so if you feel like you can come back, then get your shit together and come back. Run again, you know, but don't sit back and throw stones at a glass house that you want to get back into, because after a while, you come back in, the glass house going to belong to you again. So as the saying goes, if you live in glass houses, don't throw no damn stones.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Trump is still on his warpath, talking about how Biden is doing a horrible job and he's messing up and this and that, and, you know, he would have handled Afghanistan a whole different way, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. He's a Mar-a-Lago just talking shit while he eats caviar and plays golf. Anyway.
Yeah, he's a mess.
That's your boy, Redwine. I don't want to
No, not hardly. Don't put that mess on me. I'm just trying to understand why he has so much to say. I mean, I understand why, but I'm tired of it. Every time, it's like he's just looking for media attention so he can make some other grand statement. You know, it's just one thing after another. Regarding Afghanistan, he made a statement, I think it was one day this week or maybe last week, where he said, no, it was this week, because they removed that Robert E. Lee statue in Virginia. He made a statement and said if Robert E. Lee was in charge, Afghanistan would have been a victory. We would have won under the leadership of Robert E. Lee. And I'm like, what? What are you even smoking to come up with something that asinine?
Yeah, well.
I mean, really? I'm like, dude, you are just grasping at straws now. You need to go somewhere seriously.
To stay on the right side, to stay on the right side of white is a full-time job. And you know, he even spoke on William Levitt to children on a tour one time in the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, let me tell you about William Levitt. William Levitt, one of the most racist developers when people came out of World War II, and he was telling the kids during a tour that William Levitt was a great man. He was a damn racist from the core. It wouldn't let black people buy houses in Levittown, Pennsylvania, and New York, and he's bragging about him, saying he was a great man.
Yeah.
But that's your boy. Anyway, let's move on.
Well,
Enough about 40.
Go
45.
somewhere and sit down. All right, so we got new yeah, really. We got new COVID-19 rules that President Biden has been giving us information about. Millions of workers are now facing new federal vaccine rules in the wake of President Biden's order that just happened yesterday that large employers are now going to have to require that their staffs be vaccinated or implement weekly COVID-19 testing for those who choose not to be vaccinated. So the new requirement, excuse me, the new requirement is for employers that have at least 100 workers or more, which potentially is affecting 80 million people. And there's another 20 million who work with or for the federal government that are going to have to be vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are applauding this, and there's a lot of people that are pissed off because they feel that this is government overreach. But I feel like if people won't do what needs to be done, then somebody's going to have to make it a requirement. Otherwise, we will be living in the COVID circle forever. This is like a dog chasing his tail. It doesn't make any sense. So, of course, you know, there's a lot of other companies, big companies like United Airlines and Tyson Foods, who had already been mandating that their employees be vaccinated. But, of course, it'll take a little time for all of these rules to kick in and people to adhere to the new rules. But, you know, you already got the anti-vaxxers that are protesting it. People are upset, as always. But in most cases, these are the same people that felt like their freedom was being taken away when they were asked, not told, but asked to just wear a mask. And they showed their natural behind just because they were asked for the protection of self and others, put a mask on. So you know they about to act a fool now that they're being told if you work for the government or a company that has more than 100 employees, you about to have to get this vaccine, period. So, there are some Republicans in the Congress who feel like the president is overstepping. But, like I said, if people don't want to do what's right, what else can you do? He's been asking people, he's been requesting that people, step up, go get the vaccine. Then they did all of these incentives where they were giving people, money, college tuitions, all this other stuff, trying to encourage people to get vaccinated. Now it's at the point of saying, okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Now it's going to have to be a requirement. And the schools, they're upset because some of the school systems are saying you have to be vaccinated in order to come to school. Parents are all upset because they're saying it should be our choice. Well, it's not your choice that you can choose to let your child end up walking around like a human weapon, potentially, and passing this virus on to others. How is that your choice? So, anyway, that's what's going on with this new rule. A lot of these, like the airlines, they're saying they're going to start this policy on November the 1st. And some of the airlines said they're going to charge their employees, an additional $200 a month for health insurance if they don't get the vaccine. They're saying, okay, if you don't want to get it, you want to have to be tested all the time, then we're going to have to up your insurance because it's a matter of time before you end up with COVID. And that's expensive to treat somebody in the hospital with COVID-19. So these businesses like these airlines are saying it's not coming out of our pocket. You don't want to do right, then you're going to have to pay. Put up that $200 a month to add to your health insurance. And colleges and universities, like I said, they're saying that they want you to go ahead and get the vaccine. So, the bottom line is they just want people to go ahead and get vaccinated so we can finally get COVID out of our life someday.
Mm-hmm. I hear you, but I just feel as if we're going backwards. They should have had this mandate in the very beginning, and we should have kept our masks on. Not like, okay, we're going to open up everything, and everything is okay. You don't have to wear your mask. It's not mandatory. No, it should have been continuously mandatory, and we could have done a month-to-month or a couple of months report, If they felt as if we should have continued to wear our masks, that should have been the mandate across the board. But, once you tell people we're okay, we kind of out of the dark and stuff, they're going to go buck wild. So I think that's what has happened. It's just, and then, everybody trying to interject their own opinion or their own rights, so to speak. I don't want the government to tell me what to do and yada, yada. Okay, you must have a death wish, or you just want to go ahead and die. So,
Well, they're trying to take us. They're trying to take us backwards, like you said. If everybody takes, or a large number of people take that attitude, we'll be right back to where you had to worry about measles and mumps, rubella, whooping cough, all of those childhood-type diseases that we finally got beyond because of vaccinations, because it became a requirement. If you wanted your child to go to public schools, they had to be vaccinated against all that stuff so that your child wouldn't end up being a human weapon against somebody else's child. And that's how we finally got to where kids weren't dying from those illnesses anymore. But people want to be so defiant, and it's like whatever you say, if the government says it, they automatically say no, I'm going to do the opposite because you can't tell me what to do. This is America. Right. I've got rights. I've got freedom.
Yeah, it's getting deep even in politics now because, and it all goes back to the Trump years and the way he made the big division amongst people, and then the whole constituents thing where certain people that feel that way are on a certain side of politics. So now the politicians, especially Republican politicians, this one guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he's running for governor of Virginia, the Republican running for governor of Virginia. I'm not sponsoring his ass or supporting him, so saying his name would be kind of, Anyway, he said his commercial says, "Oh, well, we need to stay safe, so I got my vaccine, but by no means am I telling anybody what to do as far as your rights are concerned for your vaccine." I'm like, well, how the hell can you talk out of both sides of your mouth with that statement? You came out and said that you got your vaccine, and a lot of Republicans are doing that. All of them are doing that. But on the same token, they're saying, but if you choose not to get it, that's your particular choice. Well, damn, you just told them you got yours. Mm-hmm. So how the hell are you trying to hold on to these ignorant jokers by not encouraging them? But like I said, they want to keep that. See, one thing about having an ignorant base, if you have an ignorant base of people following you, you got to keep talking ignorant to them. You know what I mean? Because that's the language they understand. If they eat trailer park food, you got to give them trailer park food.
Right.
And you can't even
Right. You're right.
You can't throw intellectual.
Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Papa.
45 talked ignorant to these people like you wouldn't believe, and they loved it because he spoke their language. He spoke straight trailer park, and they loved it. It's like serving somebody like what's some of the cheapest beers out there? Pabst Blue Ribbon. Hey, I got a whole case of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon we're talking about. Piss water. And they love it because that's what they're raised on. That's what they drink. And this is how Trump talked to these people. And he got all these people with the dog whistle of ignorance. And now it's just being used over and over again. And everybody's talking ignorant. Most of these Republican politicians are saying, yeah, I got the vaccination, but if you want to get it, that's your choice. Well, you just said you got the vaccination. So, wow, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And, and it's just, I don't know where it's going to lead to. Every generation has their situation. And I just hope that the demise of this time frame that we live in isn't a direct reflection on a disease taking us over, because, diseases can do that. If you let anything go astray, whether it be anything, gonorrhea, syphilis, you name it, anything, mumps, measles, chicken pox, anything you don't get a hold on can take you over. Athletes' feet, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? Wingworms in your head. Anything can take you over if you don't get control of it. And we're just acting like, but time will tell, I'm going to leave that alone.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and hit them and quit them with the Hit 'em and Quit 'em headlines on the Pajama Party Show. It's PJs only, no clothes allowed.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party Show. I am Redwine, one of your hosts. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Poppa DD, who's choking on Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. He'll be all right in a minute. We're going to move on. Yeah. See, he talked about that Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yeah, got you, didn't it? All right. We're about to hit him and quit him. So I'm going to lead it off with this one about voice print, possibly as your new password. And this is something interesting. It was talking about working from home, and, you know, people's temporary solution, working at home, is now becoming the new normal. So companies need to find new ways to secure data and protect their internal networks. Banks are most likely to use voice prints to authenticate users, but more companies are considering this approach of using voice print as your password. There's a company called Nuance Communications that uses a voice print algorithm powered by a deep neural network to analyze 1,000 parameters of an individual's voice, including the tone, pitch, pacing, and fluctuations in the sound. And then the engine determines which parameters are most relevant for each individual and weights the appropriate elements accordingly. So that's the way they figure out how to get the right match for your voice that becomes your password. So they go on to talk about how they measure all these parameters and make sure that the sound is unique, regardless of your language, regardless of your inflection, like if you have a Southern dialect or a Western dialect, or if you are from another country, you know, Irish, Spanish, African, whatever. They match all of that with this technology. And then they run another analysis looking for anomalies that can spot if someone is doing your voice with a recorder, or if it's synthetic speech, you know, like some kind of device that's mimicking human speech, or anything like that, like the way you sample music, same way you sample somebody's voice. So anyway, this technology, they're working and making progress with it. So don't be surprised if eventually your bank or someone like a banking institution says, yeah, you can add your voice now as your password, so you don't have to type it in. You just have to say a brief statement, and then that becomes your password. What I'm curious about is if you do this short sentence to unlock your whatever, the transaction, is it the same sentence every time like a password, or is it really just looking to make sure that this is you speaking? So I'm curious to try it. I don't know if I would trust it yet, but I would like to try it.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if you never had to worry about remembering passwords anymore.
Right, just use your voice.
Yeah.
But what if somebody was impersonating?
Well, that's part of the technology. It has a way of checking all these different parameters within your voice to make sure that it's you and not a recording or not someone imitating you. So allegedly, that's what the software does.
I don't know if it can detect that. I know some pretty good impersonators out there. Because Jay Farrell, Saturday Night Live, he does a hell of a Jay-Z. He does a hell of a Jay-Z. And he does Barack Obama really good.
He does. But according to Nuance, this company, they're saying that their equipment would be able to detect.
Right. And there was also another guy, another comedian back in the day named Rich Little.
I remember him. He could imitate everybody.
Rich Little used to do Jimmy Stewart, and John Wayne, Richard Nixon. He was good. He would open up everybody's damn account.
But what if you have a cold? What happens if you have a cold? You're in trouble.
I don't know. That's a good point.
But, you know, Alexis, she's pretty good with identifying voices, you know.
Yeah,
but I got her too. I don't know, Alexis, she's all into my DNA, so I don't know. She's, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. My bad.
I gave her a sample.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Okay. All right, let's hit them and quit them. Over to you, Ketel.
Okay, look, they got Eleanor Holmes Norton mixed up with this zebra shiggity. Zebras are on the loose near the nation's capital, and the local congresswoman is raising eyebrows by going out of her way to deny responsibility. How the hell she got some damn zebras? The Washington, D.C. delegate to Congress, like I said, Democrat, some damn Republican, Eleanor Holmes Norton, bizarrely denied letting 5 zebras loose from a private zoo into the city's suburbs. Norton put out a press release on Friday proclaiming her alibi in the yet-resolved case of the 5 zebras. They escaped from a private zoo in Maryland. It's a portion of D.C. suburbs, but said talk of her being the culprit is understandable. The release says the eventually of charges against Norton were made known to her by someone who explained she has valued the principle of concept of the governed, most notably in the fight for statehood for the district, as well as a disdain for unnecessary census. So local news has reported that the zebras were let loose on Saturday or Sunday of this week, a period of time during which I was enjoying quiet time at home with my family, Norton releases. So she's saying my alibi is solid. So I'm home with my family. So what the hell are you talking about? I released some damn zebras.
That is crazy.
I don't know, is that a metaphor for something, or this actually happened? But people have been sighting zebras around town, haven't they? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Zebras have been spotted in Prince George's County, Maryland.
Yeah. So, well, how did she get hooked up with that? But you know what? That's the Republican shit. Started. It's crazy.
I have no idea.
Remember that crazy story with the pizza place, the Comet place up here on Wisconsin Avenue? The vice president, the one running for, what is her name? Clinton. Hillary Clinton had something to do with it. And the man came in there and started shooting. I mean, so you don't know how these stories get started. So I don't see no connection with these zebras and Eleanor Holmes Norton. So, because she has a good alibi. So leave her the fuck alone. How about that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't get it at all. Like, why would she anyway? We're going to move on. Hit them and quit them, because that's crazy. All right, Poppa DD, hit them and quit them.
All right, this is the next story. This guy here, boy, Larry Elder.
Oh, that's your boy.
Oh, my God.
Your boy.
This man here, I tell you, I used to check him out years ago on conservative radio. I mean, he is definitely a zebra, He's an Oreo cookie, if you will. He's a mess. He really is. And now he's gotten so deep into the politics that they shoved his ass into the whole L.A. takeover situation. With the thing coming up, what they want to do. They want to take Gavin Newsom out of office, so he's the front runner. But he just, oh my God, that man talks like and he's browner complexion than my ass. Anyway. Los Angeles sheriff, now this other sheriff he's all into the whole Republican takeover. His name is Alex Viliaxia, something like that. He's a Spanish guy. What really trips me out too is when Stone Cold Spanish jokers go strong Republican. That shit looks weird as hell to me. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Now this sheriff of Los Angeles, Alex Venosis or whatever his name is, he called the lady, but make a long story short, the lady threw an egg at Larry Elders and hit him with an egg when he was out campaigning. And he got up and said this should be a hate crime. He called the egg attack on Larry Elders this week on the black Republican who's in front runner for the recall of Newsom. They said this woman should be charged with a hate crime because she was wearing a gorilla mask.
What is wrong with these people?
And that shows, the sheriff said that shows that she's part of what's called the woke privilege, which is a liberal silence group or something to that effect. Show that she's a liberal, but being she's white, she's privileged.
Now she's woke.
She's woke and she could do stuff and get away with it. He don't want that to be. So the question is, how's it not a crime is what he's saying. He put this on Twitter. How's it not a crime? Because woke privilege means a white woman can wear a gorilla mask and attack a black man without fear of being called a racist. Now, are we talking about a black man or are we talking about Larry Elder?
Oh.
Because there's a fucking difference. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a difference.
Well, so you're saying he's a man of color, but he's not a brother.
Oh, no stretch of the imagination. Not at all.
Okay.
The Elder, the Republican frontrunner in the election that could remove Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom if enough people come out. But I think there's so many people behind Newsom. I mean, we're talking about the vice president. We're talking about everybody. You name it. Everybody in L.A. who's anybody is telling them vote no. In fact, the slogan is vote hell no. So they put a big emphasis on it. So this sheriff is really doing his thing to try to get this white woman arrested, you know, calling her, you know, woke privilege because she's able to do stuff against a black man and he's not going to let her get away with it. And so, but if it wasn't Elder, he wouldn't care, right?
I'm still trying to get past the gorilla mask. Like, what was that about? Was she just trying to disguise herself?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I mean, she still wants to stay on the right side of white. You know how that goes. I mean, they play in the sand, but they wash their damn feet when they come out of that shit. So.
Okie dokie.
Anyway.
That's crazy. All right, I got one for you from Pfizer. Pfizer, the vaccine maker, said in an interview that came out today that they are now looking to produce smaller doses of their vaccine for younger children. They're going to be presenting the results from their study on 5 to 11-year-olds to the authorities around the world in the next few weeks. The FDA has approved the Pfizer vaccine for emergency use in adolescents from 12 to 15-year-olds. That happened in May. And then they got the full approval for people 16 and up just last month. So the vaccines for kids 12 and younger still have not been approved according to the FDA. And they're saying that, you know, Pfizer is trying to put themselves in position to have everything ready for the younger kids as early as October. So they're going to have to file everything with the FDA sometime this month and get their application ready, like I said, for as early as October, so that they'll be in the time frame to try to start vaccinating the younger kids, probably late fall to early winter. Depends on how long FDA takes to review the application. So keep an eye out for that one. Pfizer's on the move. I wonder if their stock went up when that announcement came out.
Yeah, true that. Wasn't Pfizer one of the bad three or whatever? They weren't the top two. They were the third one. And theirs was, 76% effective, I think?
Pfizer?
Yeah, the effective
I think
rate
they were I thought they were in the 80s, but I don't know. Like low 80s, 82, 83, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well.
Not on point. Yeah, we'll see. This will be interesting to see. So I guess they're doing studies now, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Kevin, you got the last hit 'em and quit 'em. What's happening?
Burger King. Burger King bans 120 artificial ingredients from the menu. Damn, what the hell we been eating? Shit.
I'm putting them on the kiss it list already.
Wow. On Sunday, September the 12th, the fast food giant is permanently banning 120 artificial ingredients from their food menus in an effort to further what a press release called, quote-unquote, the brand's commitment to deliver real food for their customers. So they done pulled out all the stops. They said 90% of their permanent food menu in the U.S. is free of colors, flavors, and preservatives from artificial sources. So by the end of the year, they're trying to be 100%. So they done pulled out all the stops. They done got the daggone celebrities, rapper Nelly, singer Anita, and TikTok star Little Huddy, whoever the heck he is, to curate their own quote-unquote keep it real menus.
Oh, my God.
So they will retail at $6. I'm like, okay. It's crazy. The meal is a Whopper with cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and so on. Then there's a Larissa Mercado meal, has an Impossible meal, and then the Chase Hudson meal is a spicy chicken king with cheese, 4-piece mozzarella sticks, and a 16-ounce chocolate shake. That sounds nasty already. I don't want that. That don't even sound real to me. So good luck to Burger King. I think Burger King, the best thing they got going on is the daggone Whopper. You know, ain't nobody got a burger that damn big, but it's pretty good. But that's about the only thing they got going on.
Yeah, but what's in it that's real? If they're killing 120 fake ingredients.
That's what I'm saying. That's scary. Look, now you tell us. It's too late now. We done ate them for how long? How long Burger King been around? Shit.
Exactly. Now y'all want to serve real food?
Yeah. Come on, y'all. Okay. All right. That's it. That's it on Hit and Quit It.
I can't believe they're getting away with that. I mean, really, Burger King?
Bite me. I think Burger King is kind of losing their flair because I don't see them in the competition of anything anymore. I don't. And like you said, the best thing they have, I can't even think of the best thing they have, to be honest with you. I mean, I in the early morning, I can get a croissant and some them little French toast, little things look like mozzarella sticks, but it's French toast. I mean, but they're very old school. They haven't upgraded their stuff at all. Too tough. Even they haven't even upgraded. If you've been in one lately, their display is not even upgraded. You know, McDonald's has all the moving pictures and all the fancy.
Oh yeah.
Burger King is still back in the day. Even their coffee, they put the coffee out front. Their coffee bins are dirty as hell.
Oh.
Even Bojangles the same way.
Well, Burger King still got that funny looking king guy running around.
Yeah,
the man with the frozen face.
But they just need to upgrade. They really do.
Well,
who knows?
Well, good luck to them. They won't see me. I don't know what the heck they've been serving, but I'm not going to be trying to test it out.
Yeah, I'm not really running after Burger King.
I think they're going. They said McDonald's is getting all the play because McDonald's has all these little funky little combos and stuff. Because they just introduced the Sweaty meal or something. Some rapper, female rappers. They better get on the bandwagon. They better do something. So.
Yeah, but that don't. Different people ain't famous to everybody. I think McDonald's has got it going on because they got that damn Happy Meal. Shit, them kids love that shit. And them damn fries that are only good when they're hot.
What it is?
Oh, when the McDonald's fries get cold, shit, them things is.
Yeah, you don't want no parts of that.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Oh well. We're down to the cocktail of the week after all of this fast food talk. Now I'm thirsty.
Are you?
I'm parched.
Y'all ready for it?
I'm ready for it. What you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm gonna give you a little twist on the classic mojito, which provides a great template for experimentation that can benefit from the addition of fruit syrups in listeners. It's called the Watermelon Mojito, and it looks scrumptious. It is 4 ounces of seedless watermelon chopped, 4 large mint leaves, 1 tablespoon of agave nectar, 4 ounces of lime juice freshly squeezed, 1.5 ounces of light rum. If you prefer dark rum, that'll work. And if you want another ounce, that's fine. It could be 2 ounces. That's what I prefer. And garnish with lemon twist. So in a shaker, muddle the watermelon and mint with the agave nectar and lime juice. Add the rum and fill the shaker with ice. Shake until well chilled and strain into a rocks glass over fresh ice and garnish with a lemon twist. And that is the watermelon mojito.
Ooh wee. That sounds so refreshing. I would like to have one of those right now.
Cabana boy. Cabana boy.
Bring me a watermelon mojito, por favor.
Por favor. Cabanaboy.com.
See, why you teasing me like that? Got me looking for him.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. You ready for what's poppin'?
I'm ready for what's poppin'. Is the audience ready for what's poppin'? Because I'm about to get dirty up in here.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, before you get dirty, can I go back to the phone lines?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me go back to the phones. Hey, caller, welcome back to the show.
Hey, this is Poppa DD Jr. You listen, speaking of drinks, you know what? I need to let the audience know, man, I went to this party, and they had these Jello shots, man. Let me tell y'all something. These Jello shots need to be sold on the street. I don't know what the ingredients are. The ingredients need to be in the drink of the week.
Ooh, we'll have to do that one next week. Do Jello shots.
I went to one myself, and from that same party, there's still some Jello shots left.
Oh,
so,
man, let me, audience, let me tell y'all something. I've never been to a party where you go to the party and the after party is even better than the party. I mean, man. And the birthday girl, man, I couldn't even believe they kept saying that this was the age because she looked like it was sweet 16, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man.
And I tell you.
That was one old party, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell you.
Them Jello shots, let me tell y'all something, people. Them Jello shots is everything.
Yeah. Now, how do you take your Jello shot? Do you eat it respectfully with a spoon, or you just suck it up out of this?
I suck it up like I suck everything else up.
Okay.
The pajama party unrated.
Yeah, them Jello shots. We need to have a whole topic about them Jello shots.
Ooh wee.
Okay.
Here's to the Jello shots. Woo.
Ooh.
Open as we speak. We got a couple of them in the studio left from the party.
But anyway, I just needed to let the callers, the people know about these Jello shots. Because, baby, woo.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, Auntie, yes.
Okay. Oh, woo. As they kept coming around, I was taking 2 or 3 at a time.
Woo. I'm so glad you reminded me. Thank you so much, caller. Poppa DD Jr.
Yes. Now, y'all have a good night. I'm going to continue to listen to this show, but I had to let the people know about these Jello shots.
Yeah, that was good. And we're eating one right now as we speak. We took some from the party back to the studio.
Oh, I think
they have 2 different flavors. There was a red one and there was a purple one. And they both had their own little family. And we're eating them with a spoon. Of course, I'm amongst company, so I got to be respectful.
Trying to be respectful, not slurp over the air. But all right.
Now, Poppa DD, how do you eat yours? How do you eat yours?
Oh, I suck it. But when I'm amongst company, I hit it with a spoon, But when I'm by myself or when I'm with the nasty group, I just suck it up.
All right now. All right now.
Woo, that is strong.
All righty then.
All right.
All right. Thank y'all.
All right, Poppa DD Jr. Peace.
All right.
All right. Poppa DD,
What's poppin'? I tell you what, and I mean this real sincerely, and I mean this as a honor and as a futuristic thing in the tennis world. You know, because tennis is bigger than ever, Dan. I love it. But I'm going to tell you, I tried to watch the first football game last night between the Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
But Lord knows I got distracted by ESPN on that damn tennis match with that semifinal with them girls. Damn. I missed the whole football game damn near. I happened to turn on, and the young lady, Fernandez, was playing. And this was the early match. And there was a match after hers. I think the young lady who won, if I'm pronouncing her name right, is Raducanu or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
But she's from Britain, and Fernandez is from Canada. And they play each other tomorrow night, or tomorrow evening, going in tomorrow night. And these two sisters are smoking. And I'm telling you, and I'm just saying that because it's a long story, because these are young girls. One is 19, just turned 19 on the 6th of September, and the other one's 18. Okay? And as far as I'm concerned right now, the last person that's of a veteran, well-known name is Djokovic. Nobody else, people either dropped off or got beat. It's a whole nother name frame working, especially amongst the ladies. And let's just talk about the ladies. We ain't going to talk about the male tennis players right now. Okay? Let's just talk about the ladies. All right? Now, the situation we know with Osaka. Now, I don't want to beat her up too hard. I'm not going to beat her up. I'm respecting sister. But the first time that she was in a situation, I can understand what happened with that, with the whole mental aspect. But when this girl, Fernandez, beat your ass, okay, no disrespect, I'm just talking. Let me just put my sportscaster hat on for a minute. You got to play to win, you know? And when you don't win, you don't go to a press conference crying, saying, I'm going to take some time off because you feel like a little 19-year-old. As a matter of fact, when she beat Osaka, she was 18. She didn't turn 19 until, I think, the 6th of September, her birthday is. I think she beat Osaka back on like the 2nd or 3rd of September when she was still 18. And Osaka must have looked across the court and said, I'm going to smoke this little young girl. Wrong answer. Your ass got smoked. And I'm not saying that to talk about her at all. Don't get me wrong. Not at all. I respect everything and everybody. But one thing we got to learn in life when it comes to sports, there's winners and there's losers of a game. Not so much in life, but of a game. And you got to play to win. Now, maybe Osaka's not working out like she should because she had a yellow outfit on at the time when she lost. And I saw a little stomach poking through, you know, like a little gut. And she's won a few titles. So titles come with like a $2.such-and-such million, you know, prize. And she's hit the prize 2-3 times. So that's a lot of whatever you like. That's a lot of buttered lobster and whatever you eat, caviar, New England clam chowder, whatever your desire is, T-bone steak. But you got to watch that, and your ass got to work out. And you got to not take it for granted. Because you got my man Djokovic here, you know, he gets down on different things. He may lose some sets and things like that, but he keeps his head up and he brings his ass back. And even if you lose or you lose out, then just go away gracefully, you know. But the woman that Fernandez beat last night, boy, whew, she was pissed. And another situation where she looked across, I think the one that Fernandez beat last night was number 6 or 7 or something in the rankings. And they just thought that they were just going to go over this young girl and just take her to school. And then not to mention the other young lady from Britain that was taking people out as well. And I just want to say in closing, please, tomorrow night, do not miss this final, the female final of the tennis world at the U.S. Open. It's going to be off the chain. You got an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. Now, here's the last thing I'm going to say. Now, a lot of players get intimidated by a person like Serena Williams because they say, oh, my God, I watched you, blah, 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 blah. But it's getting to the point now that Serena Williams is hanging around so long that a lot of these young girls don't even know who the fuck you are. Or they were, I wouldn't say don't know who you are, you're famous, so they know you. But they were 4 or 5 years old when you was winning. You know what I mean?
That's rough.
They were 4 or 5 years old. They weren't like Osaka, who when she beat Serena said, oh, my God, that was my hero. I was 14 when I saw her. I was 12 when I saw her. This girl here now, these two girls here, they were 4 or 5 years old, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. So Serena's not even in their scope. They look across at Serena. They looking at it like they think they're playing their auntie. I mean, one of their old aunties and shit. You know, they don't care. But if they beat you, they beat you, and maybe just God trying to tell you something. Retire, take it down, whatever. I'm not going to get into none of that. I'm keeping the peace completely. I don't want to piss nobody off, all the fans of all the famous people out there. I'm not trying to piss y'all off. I'm promoting the hell out of this tennis tomorrow night. Please, if you got nothing else to do tomorrow night, watch this finals with these two girls. It's going to be off the chain. That's all I got to say on that.
I saw that match.
Hernandez.
Was that yesterday? Today? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes, I did see that match. That match was so good.
It was so good, yeah.
Yes.
And the girl she was playing was, she's a veteran in the game, and she was pissed. See how she was striking that damn tennis racket? Good thing they put 2 or 3 rackets in that bag, because she sure fucked one of them up.
That was the woman that had on the red and blue. I don't remember her name. Yeah, they showed her one time sitting in a chair banging her racket on the ground.
Because they look at the young girl saying, "Why am I not beating this girl?" They're not even respecting her as your ranking beside your name doesn't justify your skills at night or how somebody else has taken you over. And this is what sports is all about, you know.
Can't win them all.
Anyway, please check out that match. It's gonna change everything. I think the whole tennis world is gonna be very interesting after with the women. Let's just talk about the ladies. It's gonna be different after tomorrow night.
All right.
Anyway,
we'll find out later if Djokovic was able to win his match. He's trying to get that Grand Slam. So we'll find out. But okay, it's time to lighten it up. We about to get weird on you, and Ketel, you gonna kick it off.
All right.
Wait, Poppa DD's calling for a CC break.
I'll take a CC break.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a CC, and then we'll go to the weird news. So we'll be right back with your weird news.
This is the Pajama Party coming to you live. What's on your mind? Call us on 914-803-4306. Got an opinion? Or just want to say hello to the crew? Hello! You know what to do. Call 914-803-4306. If you just want to listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the banner in the upper right corner. But if you want to talk to the crew, you need to call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We'll get to your call as soon as possible. It's nothing but fun and a pillow fight every Friday night at the Pajama Party. And remember, PJs only, no clothes allowed. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Bartender, another round for the house. Thank you, darling.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Now we can lighten it up and give you the weird news. All right, go for it, Ketel.
All right. In Italy, police stop a man suspected of snatching a winning ticket. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Border police at Rome's main airport on Sunday prevented a Naples tobacco shop owner suspected of running off with the customer's winning game ticket from boarding a flight to the Carney Island. The man didn't have the Flitch card was 500,000 euros, which is $580,000 on him. But he did have a plane ticket for I guess Futuro, one of Spain's Carnegie Islands. So the man who hasn't been identified was wanted for investigation. What? Of suspected theft. The man allegedly snatched the ticket and dashed off in his motor scooter after the customer on Friday had asked the shop in a working-class neighborhood of Naples to verify the win, which is the top prize. The older woman had purchased 2 scratch and win cards. She asked the shop employee to verify the win. The employee then passed the card to one of the shop's owners for the final check. Italian news report said, but instead he allegedly kept the ticket and raced off in his motor scooter. Oh, my God.
What?
So he stole the ticket. The guy that owned, he's part owner in the store. He stole the ticket. And investigators are still looking for the game card. So they're still looking for the guy and the card. Wow.
Sounds suspicious.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I've heard, owners doing that. Like say for instance, you go check your ticket, and they're going to say, oh, you didn't win, but they keep the ticket and it's a winner, and they go cash it in. So people have done that before. But this guy, he ran off. I mean, it's crazy. Wow. For $580,000. Okay.
You better keep running.
Yeah. Yeah, you better keep running. All right.
Okay. Well, I got one for you. They say if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it must be a duck, right? Well, there's a duck in Amsterdam, which is in the Netherlands, where this Dutch scientist has uncovered some recordings of a particular duck called a musk duck that could talk. And this duck is recorded saying this one phrase, "You bloody fool." That's what the duck says. They say that the duck learned it when he was raised by humans in an Australian bird park. And the scientist, Ketel said that what was interesting about the vocal expression of the duck, which they nicknamed Ripper, was not so much that it was talking, but that it could imitate humans at all, and they felt like it had an Australian accent. So you got a duck that's talking, saying, "You bloody fool, you bloody fool." I don't know how this duck figured out how to talk. I've never seen a duck talk before. I thought all they did was quack. I guess if they can learn, they can learn. So at first they were saying that they were trying to see if this was a hoax or not, but then they found the person who actually was co-author of the paper about this duck and discovered that it was actually true. And they said that, animals like certain fowl, like ducks, if they're raised around humans, that they can, if they are, I guess, so inclined, they can imitate human speech. Who knew? They said that they could also imitate other sounds, like the sounds of a door creaking or wood, creaking on the floor, the sound that a lock makes, the way it clicks into the, going into the thing in the wall. They were saying that if something they hear a lot, some species of ducks can actually imitate that. So, there you have it. A talking duck.
That's wild.
That continually was saying, "You bloody fool." I've just never heard of such a thing. What's your weird news, Poppa DD?
I got this happened in Bayonne City, Michigan. A truck hauling beehives crashed and overturned along the North Michigan roadway. unleashing a big swarm of bees, police said. The truck overturned about 2 p.m. in the afternoon and dumped its load of bee boxes along the Child-Spot County Road, prompting police to urge residents to keep the windows closed and stay indoors. It was a very large swarm of bees, said the sheriff. He said he was told upward of 50 million bees were in the truck.
Oh my God!
Load of bee boxes when it crashed near Bayonne City, a community of about 260 miles. Local firefighters sprayed water on the boxes to keep the insects cool in the heat. Damn, who told them that?
I don't know.
The hell would you spray water on the fucking bee?
They don't want hot bees.
Shit, I'll spray raid on them bastards. I ain't gonna keep them bitches cool. I'm gonna kill them. Anyway, anyway, they said that it estimated 700,000 bees never made it back into the boxes, but the bee boxes were placed. They after they took the bees back, they brought empty boxes back to the site of the crime, hoping that bees came back to the boxes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they
didn't. Once those bees got free, they're not coming back to get in a box.
They act like the bees had like a leech on them, and they're gonna return back to the.
Those bees said, "Follow the North Star. We free."
Mm-hmm.
They took off. Wow.
That'd be the nearest pollen.
Oh, that's making my skin crawl.
Mm-hmm.
It's the idea of that many bees.
This was in Michigan. Bayonne City in Michigan.
They from Michigan. That's when you get stung by a bee.
Good gracious.
Yeah, well, the bees wanted to be free. They never came back. They said they wanted to go find a nice pollen plant and keep pollinating instead of having their doo-doo turned into honey.
Yeah.
So they fled the sea.
They said, we're out of here.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's the weird news for tonight. Where are we going?
You're up next, but
Oh.
Are you ready or?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so we're gonna hear from Redwine, what I'm just saying. What's happening with you? What you just saying tonight?
You know what? Tonight I'm just saying, what is up with these anthems at sporting events? I'm just not. I've never been a fan of it. Even the national anthem. Why do we need to have a political? Well, I won't call it political. I'll just say a patriotic song played before a match that has nothing to do with the country. The game is between this city representing that city. What has that got to do with the whole country? Why are we putting hand over heart and pledging allegiance and waving the flags and all? To me, it has never made sense. And then last night, I watched the opening of the first NFL game, and they decided this time, we're going to put in what they call the national black anthem.
Yeah.
I was like, really, y'all? This is not proving anything. You don't get black points, NFL, because you played Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people who you had do it did so much extra, it was just obscene, in my opinion.
And they were so...
You got Alicia recorded doing her version, then you got this choir of these young people, and I guess they were trying to get their 5 minutes of fame.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing all this extra to it. One young man is trying to take it to the opera. And it was like, what did that duck say? What the bloody hell? It was like, what are we doing? And this is all for a football game. Then they bring that little narrow Michelle Williams up behind them to sing the national anthem.
And who was Michelle Williams?
Oh, she was that little thin child from Destiny's Child. That's
part of the Beyonce and...
yeah, Beyonce and Kelly and
Rowland.
Michelle was the third one. So she's up there all nasally singing the national anthem.
Horrible.
It was bad.
Horrible.
And I was like, NFL, y'all are trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you didn't need the national anthem in the first place. Then you want to throw the so-called black anthem, which I don't know who designated that, because I was doing some research on Lift Every Voice and Sing. That song went all the way back to the early 1800s. and has been around since then. And at some point, someone decided this is going to be the national black anthem.
Something that none of us have memorized. Anything?
Yeah, most of us only know the first verse and stumble through the chorus.
4 or 5.
But the thing is, to keep on with this anthem stuff, if America is one America, this is a problem. Because now you want to do the black anthem, and I guess the national anthem is the white anthem. So you're going to do the black anthem, the white anthem, and then in some cases they have somebody singing God Bless America. NFL, please, just play the game. All of that's not necessary. If you think you're winning black points because you let them sing, lift every voice and sing, I mean, I know the NFL does a lot for community programs and all that kind of stuff. Just stay in your lane and do that. If you want to do things to help black people, lift every voice and sing is not going to do it. That is not benefiting anybody, in my opinion. So, I'm just saying, I've about had it with these anthems, black, white, or otherwise. Play the game. We don't need all that. That's all. I just feel like it's just too much. Too much. You too much. You do too much.
Okay.
I'm over it.
All right.
Flip the coin. Play the game.
That was a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Just take it out completely. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't do it at all. I mean, what is the point? What are you proving? Anyway. All right. I'm going to kick it back over to you, Poppa DD.
Well, I'm going to make this short and sweet,
city.
just living for the city. I just want to say that I'm literally tired of, when you go somewhere, people's racial views or your racial antics. I've literally had enough. I was in a liquor store today for a hot minute. I wanted to grab a couple of 6-packs of beer, and this place sells the beer that I like. And I went in there and I just grabbed this beer. It was no big deal, And they got all this stuff blocked in there where you come in and you're behind all these wine bottles and everything and nobody sees you. But as a black person, the people behind the counter are stretching their neck because a black person came in the place. Now, you set up these tall-ass wine bottles to block your view. So why are you stretching out like you're a damn peacock to stretch behind that? I'm peeping out of my peripheral vision that I'm being watched like a damn hawk. So I go grab my beers, and this lady, she was over at the lottery side. A little Middle Eastern lady. I don't know if she was red dot or not, but she was Middle Eastern. And I'm talking about her ass because I don't give a damn because she pissed me off today. Anyway, I'm going to talk about her like a dog. So anyway, I go up to pay for it, right? Now, they got the little machine that you either stick your card in or you swipe. Now, they turn around at you and you can stick your own card in. She's reaching for my card. And I said, what do you mean? What you want? Hell, give me a card. I said, I'm not giving you my card. I said, you want me to swipe it or you want me to stick it in? All right, well, swipe it. And she turns it. Now, I didn't do nothing to this woman, but sat 2 6-packs of beer on the fucking counter. But she's got her, black man syndrome, so she's on her little, let me just beat up on a black person today. Now, I could have just walked the hell out. But like I said in the beginning, this is the only store that sells the beer that I really like. So I dealt with the bullshit. So I swipe it, And all of a sudden, I did this and put my little PIN number and all this in. She's pissed off because I wouldn't give her my card. Why do I got to give you my card? Why? Your machine is right there. I'm going to put my own card and hold on to my card, And anyway, after she swipes it, I said, can you put it in a bag? She leaves my shit on the counter. I said, can I get a couple bags? I give you a box. She goes over to get a box. She puts stuff in the box. I go to grab it. One of the handles is ripped off. So there's only one handle on the box. 2 6-packs of beer in a box, but there's only one hole to stick your hand in. The other fucking hole is missing. I said, excuse me, what's and the white guy is standing behind me, so she's throwing eyes at him, trying to get his support. Okay, she's licking his balls, and he ain't brought shit. She can't even get done with me, and she's already up the white man's ass. Okay? And I'm saying, what is going on? Oh, I get you back. I said, no, forget it. Where's my receipt? So she goes back in a little machine, tap, 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 pull out this little damn receipt that looks like a fucking matchbook. I couldn't even read the damn thing. And then she folds it up and drops it in the box. I said, I need that receipt in my hand. I was just fucking with her then. So she goes in there. She drops my receipt in between wet fucking beer bottles. So she goes in, grabs my receipt, and gives it to me. She says, you want a bag? I said, no, I don't want a damn bag. I just grabbed the box itself and walked out the door. Now, I'm sure this ignorant bitch talked about me like a dog to the white man that was behind me. It's funny that people that done wrong, did wrong, and are wrong will find a fucking ally to back up their bullshit. But I didn't care either way, because all I wanted was 2 6-packs of fucking beer. But you were so busy into my male black ass, proving that black men aren't your cup of tea and you're going to do anything to act like you control me. No, you weren't touching my goddamn, my visa. You know what I mean? You fucked up on the box you supposedly gave me. You fucked up on the receipt. Now you're going to turn to the white man and talk about me? You dumb bitch. Fuck you. Period. Okay.
Drop the mic.
And this is the shit that black men deal with every day, inadvertently. Probably black women as well. But I'm saying this is when people get it, and this is a dirty ass fucking Middle Eastern person. You blacker than me. You're fucking blacker than me. And I'm saying that out of anger, and I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You drew first blood, like they said in fucking Rambo. You drew first blood.
First blood.
Fucked her in the horse she rode in on.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, I'm just saying, you know, and this happened in a span of 10 minutes. I'm like, how the fuck in 10 minutes can my life be turned around? Damn. I thought I was a respectful black man when I came in the door. I was 12 years of fucking slave.
Messing with you.
It was crazy.
Woo.
And please.
Well, let's take a quick break. We get some ice for Poppa DD. And we're coming back with the Hollywood wrap-up. Say that again, Cole.
You're going to need more than ice.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Well, we're going to take this quick break, and then we're coming back with Ketel and the Hollywood wrap-up. You're listening to the Pajama Party Show.
You're listening to the Pajama Party late-night adult talk show. We've added a new segment to the show called the Kiss It List. Every week, we put people on this list who have done dumb stuff or have been irritating or just gotten on our or your nerves. So we call them out and put them on the Kiss It list, and we tell you why. If you have somebody you want to add to our Kiss It list, hit us on Twitter at @PajamaParty and use hashtag #KissIt, and we'll add them to the list. If you prefer to email your contenders, send them to info@apajamaparty.com. We'll call them out every Friday night at the end of the show, so get those names in. Now, let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the show. DJ, would you mind turning it up a notch? Oh, how rude. Oh, you're on the Kiss It list.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. When your host Poppa DD with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo, it's time for Ketel and the Hollywood wrap up.
Hollywood. Hollywood. What's happening in Hollywood?
Thank you for that, Papa. Hot off the press. The R&B singer Jaheim was charged with dogs found at his home in the very stages of emancipation, officials say. Grammy-nominated R&B singer Jaheim was charged with animal cruelty after New Jersey police found multiple dogs at his home, including one that was in such bad shape it had to be euthanized. Police were called to the singer's home on Monday on a report of a puppy in distress. Wow. They responded, found 6 dogs in separate animal crates in the driveway of the home. It goes on to say one of the dogs located was initially unresponsive in a pool of water. Wow. And they were in cages, but it was a total of 15 dogs were found at his home. A dozen of them are mixed breed, pit bull terriers. 2 are American terriers and mixed breed boxers. So I'm not sure if he was doing a Michael Vick, the dogs were fighting or whatever. But I mean, come on, now, he's making enough money. You can have somebody either, take care of the dogs, or you need to, have them in some kennels or something. So he was charged with third-degree animal cruelty and failure to provide necessary care to an animal. Yeah. Wow. He's made his like Ghetto Love, Just in Case, and anything. Everybody knows his music. But I'm just surprised. Wow. When I heard this, it just blew me. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I don't understand. What are y'all doing? Is it another source of income, or, what's the deal?
But you can't make any money off of emaciated animals. The animals were starving to death.
Yeah.
When they say, when you use that word emaciated, that means that they're starving to death, virtually skin and bones.
So how are you going to, if they're doing something? Right, if they're doing something, how is that possible if they're not healthy dogs? So, I don't know. Of course, he probably going to save somebody else's dogs and yada, yada, but we'll see. That will be interesting to follow that story. In other news, Kylie Jenner is madly in love again with Travis Scott. They have baby number 2 on the way. So,
oh, boy.
I think a lot of people... It's something about these Kardashians. They just love these men, and they love these babies. So, kind of reminds me of Nick Cannon and his 7 children. He's creating a whole army of kids. So, anyway, everybody got their own shenanigans. Remember the actress America Ferrera? She played in Ugly Betty. Yeah, she's deeply concerned for Texas abortion law ban for restricting black and brown women. The Ugly Betty star was a guest on The View, where she spoke about how the new Texas abortion law could set a precedent for the rest of the country. That whole thing is just a whole hot damn mess. That abortion thing in Texas, and she's always been out there, an activist and everything, but I haven't heard from her in a good little while. So I wasn't sure what she was doing. So I guess we see what she's doing now. So also J-Lo holds Ben Affleck's hand as she rocks a black dress for the Venice Film Festival. I'm like, okay, y'all in Italy. The Venice Film Festival, that's today. It happened today. So, hey, I guess they're getting their groove on. He also caught up with his buddy Matt Damon. I haven't seen them two in a while, do a movie or anything together. So, I guess that was their plan, to meet at the Venice Film Festival. Yeah.
So they're also an official couple now?
I guess. I mean, they haven't said, quote unquote, the word, but ain't nobody stupid. You buying houses and this and that together. So I guess they're going to try to give it another go, I guess. I don't know. What do you feel about that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think they're involved. They seem to be involved.
Yeah. Interesting. Also, if you guys are Grey's Anatomy fans, season number 18 is coming. I'm surprised Meredith Grey, she's still there, but I guess it's the money. girlfriend must be paying her a whole heap of money to stay because it's kind of loosely based around her, you know. So,
yeah,
but,
I was going to say the show is about her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, season 18 is coming up. So, hey, if you guys are fans of Grey's Anatomy, I used to watch it, but for some reason, I don't know. It lost my interest. Once I started watching How to Get Away with Murder, hey, that was it. That was my thing. And one last thing, my girl Mary J. Blige. Have you guys seen the photos? She did a photo shoot on one of the Brazilian beaches. She's been hanging out in Brazil lately. But you guys got to check out that photo, Mary J. Blige on the beach with her.
No, I haven't seen it.
Next to nothing bathing suit. But
oh my,
check it out. Yeah, check it out.
Okay.
Also, one more last note. Our hometown girl, Regina Hall, she is in a new series, if I didn't mention it, Nine Perfect Strangers, with Melissa McCarthy and was Nicole Kidman. So the series is pretty good. I think they're on number 6 right now. But it's interesting. The Nine Perfect Strangers, they are different characters. They have some things they're going to unravel. So check it out, Nine Perfect Strangers.
Where can we watch it? Oh, Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's my Hollywood wrap-up.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know if I have Hulu, but I would like to see that series. All right. Well, Poppa DD, that takes us down to the Kiss It list. If you can explain exactly what is the world-famous Kiss It list.
It's a list of people compiled for just showing their butt. And we're going to first put the Middle Eastern lady at that liquor store. Number 1, put a flag in her hand, because she was a mess today.
Okay.
Number 1, huh?
Number 1, she was a mess. It was totally unnecessary. Really unnecessary.
Well, I'm adding Burger King to the list with their 120 fake ingredients, fake food, whatever.
Yeah, they're going down. They don't really have anything.
I think if I was them, I would not have announced that I'm getting rid of 120 fake ingredients and serving real food now. I would have kept that to myself.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That French toast, I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, we may never know. Also, we got Larry Elder running for governor in California.
Yeah.
Who wants a race crime against this white woman in a gorilla mask that threw an egg in him. Like, whatever, man. You're not that important, quite honestly.
No, he really isn't.
Trump for continuing to try to run a shadow presidency. Somebody needs to tell him, dude, get over it. You lost. It's over.
Well, once he got to take that job, he can't help himself.
I mean, but this is crazy now. You got families that are reaching out to him saying, we want you to meet us to receive the body of our departed soldier. We don't want Biden. We want you, the real president. All this kind of bull crap. And he's just eating it up with a spoon. Like, oh, yes, I'll be there. I'll be there.
That ignorance is
That's not even what you should be doing. But instead of him correcting people, he just sucks it all up.
Right, because when you cultivate ignorance, you got to keep displaying ignorance and keep teaching ignorance, because that's what you have put as your forefront. Like, fuck it, feed them cake kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, the anti-vaxxers, the anti-maskers, all these people that are fighting at board meetings with the schools about the mask mandates and stuff in the schools, all of y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. So I'm putting all of y'all on the Kiss It list.
Yeah, they all need to listen to Biden because, first of all, Biden is the CEO of the government world. So if you work for the government, you need to listen to him because If he comes out and says, I'm mandating every government employee to get a shot, then that's what you got to do. Because despite him being president, he's your boss because he runs the government.
Exactly.
And you work for the government if you have a government job.
And if you don't like it, quit. Walk away from your good, secure government job because you don't want to line up with the mandate. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Anybody else?
Oh, man.
Oh, the NFL. The NFL, for all of this anthem stuff you keep pushing on us.
Yeah.
And Michelle Williams for that horrible rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, she was horrible.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, Roger Goodell was...
Yeah.
That Lift Every Voice and Sing is not... Shit, you might as well make a damn Stevie Wonder song in that song.
It's just inappropriate for a football game.
Fucking happy birthday.
To be singing about the things that black people have endured and how we still are trying to rise above it. What has that got to do with a football game?
Yeah.
It's just inappropriate and disrespectful. Anyway, you got anybody else, Ketel?
Nope, y'all did a pretty good job. Y'all covered everybody.
Okay, well, we have a special prize for everybody on this week's Kiss It list. And here it is.
My entire head.
Kiss my Irish ass! You better kiss my Irish ass! This world, kiss my ass! Kiss my ass!
You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass.
You can't kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. Wayne host Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for the last word. And Poppa DD, you're up first.
Well, just, be safe, man. Get your shots. Vaccinations is something we've been putting in our arms since we were babies, you know. I mean, I still got my little square joint from back in the day. Big ass machine back then, but they hit you with that and gave you about 4 or 5 shots for different things, whatever was happening at that time. That had to be, I ain't gonna mention. But yeah, get your shots, you know, don't listen to all that, you know, like the politicians say, yeah, I got my vaccine, but I'm not gonna force anybody to get theirs. Well, you said you got yours. That
You believe in it.
That's the shit coming out of Republicans' mouth that's blowing my mind. I got mine, but I'm not going to force anybody to get theirs. So why'd you get yours? That's what's not being asked.
They're not trying to die.
That's exactly right.
Well, my last word is shout out to all of the first responders and those who lost loved ones 20 years ago at 9/11 and all of the fallout from. There are people who had illnesses that went on years beyond the actual date of 9/11 from 20 years ago. Some people had to fight to get health care to cover it because they had to prove that their issue was as a result of what happened on 9/11. So I'm just saying, you know, shout out to all of those people who struggled through that and those who didn't make it. It's been 20 years. I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah.
I think everybody remembers what they were doing and where they were who recalls that event.
The growth of children.
Yeah, it was such a tragic event.
The ones that had 4 or 5-year-old kids that are 25, 30 years old, got children of their own now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crazy day. But I really hope and pray that this nation or no other nation ever has to endure anything like that ever again. And that's my last. Over to you, Ketel. What's your last word?
Wow. There's just so much going on in the world. I don't know what to touch on first. I guess my thing is, I don't know. Been thinking about the Afghan people, and should we have gone over there to go get them, to help them? Should we have gotten involved? I'm just kind of on the fence with that, and that kind of bothers me. I don't want them to come over here and creep in here, and some of them are spies or some of them are, bad people. I know there are a lot of families that are in there. I've seen a lot of them on TV, but it's always, a few that creep through the cracks, and I just hope that's not the case, and I hope President Biden, he did the right thing, helping those people. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the United States, we don't need to get involved in other people's mess. But, it's all about humanity, and I think that's what he was feeling. It's all about humanity, and I think what we should do as human beings. So kudos to him, but I hope he did the right thing, but time will tell. So, that's my last word. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to say goodnight and get on out of here, and we'll do it again next Friday night. We'll meet you here, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, and you figure it out if you're in between. Say goodnight, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Peace out.
And good night from the Pajama Party Crew. We'll see you next Friday night.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.